Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the 1969 National League Pennant Chase on Inside Pitch. Time is winding down. Most teams either have 6, 7, or 8 games remaining in the season to try to make hay. Here's the updated standings with the updated projected games to be played. These are subject to change based on how the standings are doing. Right now the Mets trail the Cubs by 2 games with 6 games left. They both have played 156 games. The Giants lead the Dodgers by 2 games, Reds by 2.5, and Atlanta by 4.5. And both the Dodgers and Giants have 7 games remaining. Reds have that extra game in hand with 8 games remaining, so they're only 2 back in the loss column. So if they've got a big 5 games left with Cincinnati, so that with Houston, so that's a good chance for them to maybe make some hay. We shall see. No, I don't have a game scheduled on the 25th, which is the next game after this one, because there's only one game regularly scheduled. That's Houston and Cincinnati. I'm just going to include that with the ticker after this game is over, and then we'll pick up on 9/26 with the Giants and the Dodgers playing that game. But right now, and I know we're getting a lot of Los Angeles and Cincinnati and San Francisco, but that's kind of where we're at right now. The Mets play the Phillies the next 3 games after this one, so didn't really want to show them playing the Phillies. Do have the Cubs playing the Pirates 1 game, so trying to mix up the games. Like I said, these are subject to change, so it's not written in stone by any means, but that's where we are. We are at September the 24th here at Crosley Field in Cincinnati. It'll be the Dodgers and the Reds. Let's look at the lineups. Notable absence in this game is Maury Wills. Have to kind of remember, though, in real life, neither one of these teams were in the pennant race. So, when it got to this part in the season, they were probably already out of it. So they may have been playing some of their lesser guys. And that's why you don't see the normal, regular guys in the lineup quite a bit. So for the Dodgers, Sizemore is the new shortstop instead of Maury Wills. Willie Davis is in center. Willie Crawford in right. Len Gabrielson in left, Jim Lefevre at second, Wes Parker at first, Bill Sudakis at third, Tom Haller catching, and Bill Singer on the mound. For the Reds, Pete Rose in right, Tommy Helms at second, Lee May at first, Tony Perez at third, Johnny Bench catching, Jimmy Stewart in left, Ted Savage in center, Woody Woodward at short, and Cloninger on the mound. All right, so Tony Cloninger is your starter. Starting pitcher is Tony Cloninger. And on the 69 season, he had a bad year, 11-17 with a 5.02 ERA. However, the Reds did win this game in real life 7-2. So you never know till you play the games, obviously. All right. Dodgers leading things off will be Ted Sizemore. And of course, after the game is over, we'll have the ticker. And again, I'm using the Replay Baseball Rare Play results. So if the Rare Play comes up, that's what we'll be going to. Got our dice here, red and white for the Reds and the blue D20 for the Dodgers. All right, I think we are, let's do one final check. Make sure I can see everything. Everything looks pretty good. I will go ahead and get going. All right, so Tony Cloninger finishing up the warm-up tosses, and he'll be facing shortstop Ted Sizemore, taking the place of Maury Wills. Of course, Wills is available off the bench, and certainly for pinch hitting, pinch running purposes and so forth, or defensive purposes, because Sizemore is a 2.12, whereas Wills is a 4 range with only a 9 error rating. So you give up something defensively as well. Here's Cloninger, 2-2. Sizemore's a righty. That's a straight up strikeout chance. He's a 4. -2 is a 2, so that 20 is well out of range. Sizemore gets to swing, 4-1, star 6. It's a fly to right. And Sizemore is retired. Here's Willie Davis, the center fielder. 3-2. That's a straight-up home run chance. It's a 14 against a right-hander. That's a 3. It is gone. Willie Davis, home run. And this is a huge game as these two teams jockey for position, trying to keep pace with the Giants. The loser's game is going to really be hurting in the standings. All right, so home run for Willie Davis, 1-0. Dodgers strike quick. Here's Tony Cloninger to Crawford, 6-3. Would be a star line against a righty, but Crawford's a lefty, so it is a blank. Go to Crawford. 4-4, it's ground ball to second, and Tommy Helms makes the play. Over to Lee May, 2 down for Len Gabrielson, the left fielder. 3-5, and that's going to the ballpark cards for the first time going to Crosley Field. 5-2, and that's a ground ball to second. Helms will again handle it. Inning's over, but the Dodgers get the run on the Willie Davis homer. And we go to the bottom of the first. It's Dodgers 1, Reds coming to bat. Bill Singer, the pitcher for the Dodgers. He was a 20-game winner in 1969. He, I think most notably, or not notably, maybe infamously, is noted for being the opening day starter in the first ever Toronto Blue Jays game against the White Sox. Bill Singer, I believe, was a starting pitcher in that game, if my memory serves me correctly. I'm trying to remember. I think he was. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I mean, I could be wrong, obviously. All right, Pete Rose, the right fielder, is going to lead off against Singer. 5-1 strikeout chance. 12 is too much. We go to Rose's card. 4-6, and he's going to single. Single right past third base. And Rose, leadoff single. He's got an attempt of 1, but Singer's a -1, so that takes that away. We'll roll strategy to see if Singer has a pickoff chance, and there's no 20, so there's no pickoff chance. Here's Tommy Helms. He is a 4 bunter. They wanted to go that route. You know what? Small ball. Well, you hate to give up outs, though. That's the problem. But I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to try to bunt. So he will become a 3 bunter, but first we roll on Singer to see if there's a chance of a strikeout or whatnot, or a walk. That's a 6. 1-6 is a strikeout chance. That's a 3. He strikes out at a 2. So there's no strikeout. Plus, when you're bunting, you cut it in half, it's actually a 1. So there is no strikeout. So Helms will get the bunt. He is a 4, but the corners are in, makes him a 3. And that is a 19. That could be problematic. A 3 and a 19 on a bunt is a ground ball double play. Bunted too hard, proceed as you would a ground ball double play. So there's a chance of a double play. It's not guaranteed. The red die being a 6 means it was hit right in front of the plate to the catcher. So the catcher will be throwing to the shortstop covering for a pivot. Shortstop Sizemore is a 0. So the double play rating of Helms is a 3. And -1 from Singer makes that a 2. So a 1-2 for a double play. And that's a 5. So no double play. The 5 is greater than Pete Rose's run rating, though, so it will be a fielder's choice as he will fire to second base to put the force on Rose. Helms reaches on a failed bunt opportunity. So that didn't work out well. But Helms has a chance to try to get a lead. He's got an attempt of 2. -1 is a 1. And there's nothing happening. So with 1 out, Helms at first base for Lee May. 5-4, and that's a range play. Infield is halfway, so if it's to an infielder, they'll lose 1 on their range. May, a 2-6. Single to short. Sizemore's range is a 2, but they're playing halfway. It makes them a 1. So this has to be a 1 for him to get to this, or else it's going to get through, and it does. It's a base hit, S6. Helms will have to stop at second base, as you need a base running rating of 5 to get from first to third on a single pass short. So runners are now at first and second with 1 out. And that will bring up Tony Perez. Roll the strategy roll for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Singer to Perez. 3-3, possible error on a ground ball. 5-4. That's a fly to left, so no ground ball to worry about. 2 down. Runners have to hold. And that'll bring up Johnny Bench. Last chance for the Reds to break through in this inning. Bill Singer to Johnny Bench. Strategy roll, not happening. Singer, 3-2. That's a walk chance. 18 is too much for that. Bench gets to swing. 5-4, and he takes advantage of it. A single to left field. That should score a run. Helms does run at a 3. There are 2 outs. That makes him a 4. Left fielder arm Gabrielson's a +1, makes him a 5. And a single to score from second on a single to left. You add 1, gives him a 6. So Helms will score without a throw. Now, Lee May at first base probably can't get to second. We'll see. He is a 3, though, so 2 outs makes him a 4. Gabrielson makes him a 5. But going from first to third on a single to left to lose 2 makes him a 3. So May needs a 3 or less to get to third base. And it's a 6. He's actually going to be out trying for third. So Lee May is out 7-5 as they try to get frisky and get over to third base with 2 outs. Kind of a cardinal sin there. But he's out. But the run does score from Helms. That crosses the plate before the tag out. And the Reds do pick up a run. So at the end of 1, we are tied at 1. So maybe this is going to be more of a offensive show than what I thought. We shall see. It's early. Here's Lefevre for 4, and that is a potential error if there's a throw required. 4-4 again. Star 1, that's a ground ball to second. Second baseman error rating Helms is a 7, but that's a 13, so Helms, no problem with that throw. 1 down for Wes Parker, the first baseman. That's a 2-2, and he's a switch hitter batting left, so that strikeout to the right side is now a blank. So Parker will get to swing. 1-5, he's going to ground it to short. 2 down. And that will send it to the third baseman, Bill Sadakis, a switch hitter. 3-3, strikeout chance, and he got him. Inning is over, so Cloninger, a 1-2-3 second inning. Keeps the score at a run apiece, as both teams know how important this game is. The Giants on the ticker later in this, after the game is over, will be playing San Diego, so you got to figure it's a good chance they'll beat San Diego, so the winner, or the loser I should say, looking to drop a game to the Giants, which you can't afford this late in the season. But, you know, stranger things that happen. San Diego could beat them. They beat them last time, so we'll see. Here's Jimmy Stewart, 6-4, and that is a walk chance, 7. He walks at an 8, -1's a 7, but that still fits. And Jimmy Stewart, looking out the rear window, gets a walk. And let's see, he's got an attempt of 2, -1 is a 1. Nothing happening. Here's Ted Savage, the Macho Man. 2-6. And Savage is a right-hander, so that home runs to the left is not going to count. It's actually going to be a blank. And Savage will hit 3-4. He flies to center field. Out number 1. Brings up Woody Woodward. Nothing on the strategy roll. Singer to Woodward, 5-5 strikeout chance. He got him. 2 down. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Cloninger. A decent hitter, 167. Did have a homer. Actually stole a base as well. Nothing on the strategy rolls. Singer to Cloninger. 2-5. That's a potential wild pitch. That's a 20, though, so it's not going to be a wild pitch. It's going to be a ball, as it's blocked by Haller. All right, a 3-2. And that's potential walk. But he walks very low, so no walk there. Cloninger will swing. 3-6, he flies to center, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing there. We go to the third, still 1-1 here at Crosley Field. Cloninger back out, facing the catcher, Tom Haller, followed by Singer and Sizemore. 3-2, straight up home run chance right here. He's a 4. That's a 1. Tom Haller has gone deep. And Cloninger bitten got by the gopher ball once again. And Haller, not that many home runs against right-handers, even though he's a lefty. He had some good pop against lefties, but not that much against righties. But that 4, that 1 fit right in perfectly. And the Dodgers grab a 2-1 lead. He's up Bill Singer. 5-5, possible error. I'm sorry, it's a blank, rather. I was looking at 4-5. 5-5 is a blank. Singer swings, 2-5. He's going to ground it to short. Route number 1. And that flips the order back over to the leadoff man, Ted Sizemore. 6-6 is a strikeout chance. That's a 5, but that's too high for that. Sizemore, 1-3, flies to left. 2 down. And that will send us to Willie Davis. He homered his first time up. 1-5. That's a walk chance. He will not walk. But he does get to swing. 2-4. Star one is a ground ball to second to end the inning. But the solo homer by Tom Haller, and the Dodgers grab the lead right back 2-1. The Reds may be getting their bullpen going early. We'll have to wait and see. Pete Rose, top of the order to lead things off. He singled his first trip. 1-4. He is a switch hitter batting left. That means it's a walk plus. And so Pete Rose draws a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the third. I don't know what got on his card there. So a walk to Rose. He's attempted one, but again, a -1 from Singer drops him to a nothing. So he can't get a jump. Will roll strategy. Nothing happening for a pickoff. So here's Tommy Helms. He bunted last time. He's not doing that this time. He's going to swing away. 4-3 is a range play at Crosley Field. 3-1, and that's a home run to the pull side. However, he's only a home run of 1, so that will just be a fly to left. But it is a range play, so if the range play fails, it will be a double. So it went to left field. The left fielder range, Gabrielson, is a 2. If this is not a 1 or a 2, it's going to be a double. It's a 2. He got it. How about that? Len Gabrielson snags it. Saved a big, big opportunity there for the Reds. They could have had it at worst, second and third, nobody out, but he was able to snag it, and Singer is very appreciative. Here's Lee May. Nothing happening on the strategy roll. Singer to May, 4-5, and that's the ballpark card going right back to Crosley Field. 3-2, and that's a single past second base. S4. And to get from first to third on an S4, you merely need a 2. You merely need a 3 on your base running rating. Pete Rose is a 4, so he will get to third base automatically. Runners are now at the corners with only 1 out. Lee May has attempted 1, but Singer is a -1, so no attempt there. But strategy roll and nothing's happening. So here's Tony Perez. Infield is halfway at double play depth. Try to turn 2. Singer to Perez, 1-3 strikeout chance, and he got him. Big strikeout there. Now the infield can go back to normal with 2 down for Johnny Bench. Although Bench did have the RBI single last time. Roll for a pickoff, nothing happening. Bench is not bunting. 2-4, and that's a strikeout chance. 18 is way too high for that. Bench gets to swing. 5-3, and it's a question mark 7. Against a right-hander, a 1-8 is a hit. That's a 10, so it's out of range. It's just going to be a fly to left, and the inning is over. So Singer pitches around a little bit of problem, but gets through it unscathed. Go to the 4th. It's still 2-1 Dodgers. And that brings up Willie Crawford. Cloninger, 6-3. Starline against a righty, but Crawford's a lefty, so it is a blank. Crawford swings, and he flies to left field. 1 down. That'll bring up Len Gabrielson. Oops, I don't know why I put the score sheet under the Reds. That was dumb. Let me fix that. Unless Jimmy Stewart flies to left on his at-bat, that's going to need to be changed. Which he could have. You never know. All right, so 1-4. Now I was totally thrown off on that. Did I do the 1-4? Yeah, I had to, because Willie Crawford did not have a 1-4. So this had to be the original roll. I was distracted. I think that was the original roll that Cloninger had. So that's a walk plus, and he will walk Len Gabrielson. It's a problem when I get distracted like that. I forget what I've originally rolled, and I forget my place and everything else. So I have to try to remember these things. Gabrielson's attempt of 1. Nothing doing there. Let's go to Jim Lefevre. Infield is halfway. 5-1 range play at the ballpark, Crosley Field for Lefevre. That's a 1-4. That is a blank, so we're going to the rare play. That's going to override the range play. So we're going to the replay baseball rare play chart. Runner at first and 1 out is the chart we're going to. Runner at first with 1 out, and it's a 2d6 roll. We add them up. That's a 3. So runner on first. Runner on first and a 3. And all 3 of these are for the same no matter what the out situation is. when he rolled a 3. So it's a wild pitch. Runner takes second on a wild pitch and takes a big turn at second, drawing a throw from the catcher. Roll 1 die against the catcher's defensive rating. If die is not higher, runner is caught off base. If die is higher, catcher throws sails into center field and runner takes third on the error. So how about that? All right, so Lefevre will go to second base on the wild pitch. I'm sorry, Gabrielson will go to second base on the wild pitch. But then he takes a big turn at around second base. Johnny Bench is a 4. So it says here, if the die is not higher, that means if it's not a 5 or a 6, if this die is a 1 to 4, then Lefevre is going to be out. It's a 5, so it is higher. So that means Johnny Bench chucks it into the outfield. That's an E2. Then it says, if runner's speed is higher than center field's arm, he scores. Well, we really don't have anything on here to measure on that, because everybody's speed's going to be higher than everybody's arm. So we're not going to go with that. We're just going to stick it at third base. He's going to stay there. So that's where it's not quite applicable. Just the way Replay Baseball rates their players, that just wasn't applicable to do that. But this part was certainly applicable. And Johnny Bench sailed it into the outfield, and Gabrielson takes third with only 1 out, which is big because now the infield is in. Infield has to come in, roll the strategy roll for a pickoff or a balk. Nothing happening. So now Lefevre is up with the infield in and 1 out. 1-3, double question mark, and say left, switch hitter batting left, 1 to 7 is automatic out. That's a 5. Let's see what the automatic out is. It's a 2. It's a ground ball to third with the infield in. Gabrielson run rating drops from a 3 to a 1, so he's going to have to hold. That's out number 2. So 2 down, runner at third for Wes Parker. Nothing on the strategy. Cloninger to Parker. 1-4 is a walk plus, and that will be another base on balls. Cloninger now, a little bit of trouble with that. Attempt of 1 for Wes Parker. Make sure nothing's going on. It is not. So Bill Sadakis, 4-5, and that's a possible error on a ground ball. Sadakis 6-4, and that's a star 6. Fly to right, so no error, and the inning is over. So Cloninger escapes damage there. The throwing error by Johnny Bench does not cost them. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-1 Dodgers. Jimmy Stewart stepping up to the plate. Bill Singer, 5-5, strikeout chance, 10 is too high. So Stewart gets to swing. 3-4, he's going to line it to short, hit it hard, but right at the shortstop Sizemore. And I originally had that fly to left there, so I'm glad I whited it or corrected it so I can make sure we get it right. Here's the Macho Man, Ted Savage. 5-1, strikeout chance, 20 is too much. 5-1 again, he singles to right field. So Savage is aboard. He's got an attempt of 2, minus 1 is a 1. And nothing happening. Here's Woody Woodward. 1-5, possible error on a throw. 3-3, that's a single to third base. There is no throw on that because the base run is all automated, so there will be no throw on that. It's going to be a single to third base. And even if there was, Sadakis is a 10, that's a 12, so there's no error. But to get from first to third on S5, you have to have a base running rating of 6, and that's not happening for Savage, so he will stop at second base. Runners at first and second with 1 out for Cloninger. Singer of the strat roll, nothing happening. 1-5, possible error on the throw again. Cloninger, 3-3, ground ball to short. And that will be an error. Sizemore's a 12, but that's an 11. So it's an error on a throw on that ground ball to short. So where would the throw have gone? Because it should have gone to, it would have gone, you would have thought, to second base. because they would have been going for the force play, you would think, but the way it's doing here, I'm going to say the throw went to first base. Wes Parker's a 4, so he needs to have this needs to be a 4 or less for him to keep it from getting by him. And he does. So he keeps it to a 1-base error. E6. And that's one Maury Wills would have made the play on that, but it's the way it goes. Bases are now loaded since Parker was able to get off the bag with his 4 range and keep it from getting by him. It keeps the bases loaded with 1 out for Pete Rose. Nothing on the strategy roll. Infield is double play depth. 4-1 strikeout chance, too high to strike out Rose. Rose gets the swing. 1-5 ground ball to second, could be a double play. He's a 2. They're halfway, makes him a 3. That's a -1, makes it a 2. The ground ball went to second base, so the pivot is at short, which is a 0. So it's a 1-2 for a double play. It's a 6. Runners are going to advance. So the only play for the second baseman Lefevre was to throw to first. It's an RBI ground out, and we're tied at 2 apiece. As Savage comes in to score, Woodward goes to third, Cloninger goes to second. So runners at second and third with 2 down now, tied at 2. Tommy Helms the batter, nothing on the strat roll. Singer 5-4, range play. Infield is at normal depth because there are 2 outs, so they keep their full range if it goes to an infielder. 3-2, it's a pop up to second, so we're checking the range of the second baseman Lefevre. He is a 3, and he's able to get it. That's going to end the inning. But the run comes in, and after 4 complete, we are tied at 2. And interesting onlookers are the San Francisco Giants. They are scoreboard watching. So are the Braves, for that matter, because the Braves are right behind them, right behind these 2 teams, trying to make up ground at the last minute. But they might be too far gone. We'll see. Here's Tom Haller. He homered his first time up. 4-2. Oh, just missed a home run chance again. That would have been a 3-2. But instead, it's a 4-2 for a strikeout. 10, too high for that. Go to Haller. 4-5. And it's going to be a pop-up to short. Woodward puts it away. 1 down for the pitcher, Bill Singer. 6-4, blank. We go to Singer's card. 1-5, it's a ground ball to second. 2 down, and top of the order for Ted Sizemore. 2-4, he's not tired, so there's no single. 3-1, he's going to single to right field, so Sizemore gets a 2-out single. He's got an attempt of 1. And there it is. So let's see if we can get a jump. Oh, he got the jump. See if we can steal it. 10 plus 1 there is an 11. -3 from bench makes it an 8. Do you want to try it on an 8? That's less than 50-50 chance. But it would get you in a scoring position if you could do it. But I think they're going to let Willie Davis, who already homered once, they're going to let him swing away. Cloninger to Davis. 2-1's a walk chance, and too high for that. Davis gets to swing. 5-3. He's going to single past second. So that will allow Sizemore most likely to go to third. Let's see. Sizemore's run rating is a 4. He definitely gets to third base. So runners are at the corners with 2 down for Willie Davis to see if he can get another attempt, another jump. It's a 5. 13, nothing's happening. So here's Willie Crawford. Chance for the Dodgers to get back out in front. 2-1's a walk chance, and that will load the bases. So after 2 quick outs, now all of a sudden the bases are loaded for the cleanup man, Len Gabrielson. Roll the strategy. 20, so there's a chance of a balk, a pickoff, or a pickoff error. The pickoff would go, I believe, to first base. Pickoff error, of course, would bring a run home. It's a 12, so everybody's back. Nobody gets picked off. There's no error, none of that stuff. So Cloninger pitching to Gabrielson. 4-1 range play. They are at normal depth because there are 2 outs. It is a range play. 1-5, star 5. That's a fly to center. So it's the range of the Macho Man, Ted Savage. He's got a range of 3. And he can't get to it. Is it a double? It is not. It's a single to center field. Turns into an S8. And we know that Sizemore will score. Willie Davis is probably going to score. He's a 5, but their 2 outs makes him a 6. And to score from center field, from second on a single to center, you add 2, makes him an 8. So he will definitely score. Plus center field is a +1 arm, so he definitely scores. So it's a 2-run single. Now let's check on Crawford to get from first to third. He runs at a 4. There are 2 outs, makes him a 5. The arm of Savage is a 1, makes him a 6. To go from first to third on a single to center, you lose 1 to make it a 5. So as long as this is not a 6, he will make it to third base, the red die. It's a 6. He's out at third. Wow. You'd think he had a chance, but he didn't. So it's going to be an 8-5 put out, but those 2 runs do score. And the Dodgers lead it 4-2, and that's going to probably be all for Cloninger. In fact, I don't think there's any probably to it. They are going to replace Cloninger in the next inning. So Cloninger is going to go 5 innings and give up 4 runs. 2 of those off of dingers. All right, so Lee May had the wrong batting order up there. Lee May will lead off against Singer. He is 2 for 2. 6-2 is a blank. We go to Lee May's card. 4-2, liner to short, 1 away. Tony Perez. 1-5, possible error on a throw. 1-2, question mark 7, there will be no throw. Gets a right-hander up to a 14's a hit. That's a 7. That falls in the double category. So Tony Perez, a 1-out double, and back come the Reds. That'll bring up Johnny Bench. He's got the power to tie this game with 1 swing. Singer, 6-5 strikeout chance, but he's also got the power to strike out. 2 down. It'll be up to Jimmy Stewart. Whoops. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Stewart, 1-1 strikeout chance, 19's too much. He gets to swing. 6-2 ground ball to first, and that's going to end the inning as Parker takes it to the bag himself. And the 5th inning comes to a close. We go to the 6th. It's 4-2 Dodgers over the Reds. And we will get a new pitcher for Cincinnati. And we may even get a double switch here. I think we will. Jimmy Stewart will be lifted as he made the last out. And we will have Ted Savage is going to move to left field, where he is a 3, 11, and a 1. And the new center fielder is going to be Bobby Tolan. He will hit in the 9th position. He is a 5, a 7, and a -1. He will bat in the 9th position. And Jimmy Stewart will leave the ball game, as does Tony Cloninger. All right, new pitcher for the Reds. Let's go see who that's going to be. We do have Lefevre, a switch hitter for the Dodgers, followed by Parker, switch hitter, and Sudakis. All 3 are switch hitters, so I guess it really doesn't matter. They're all 3 switch hitters. So for the Reds, they will bring in wow, not a whole lot to choose from here, unfortunately for them. A lot of their bullpen is not good. They will go to George Culver. George Culver is on. George Culver, right-hander. See if he can hold it close, hold the fort. Culver will be batting in the 6th position, which is 9 spots away now, as Stewart made the last out. All right, so Culver facing Lefevre. 3-2, and against a left-hander, switch hitter batting left, that's a single. So straight up single for Lefevre. He's an attempt of 1, but that's a -1, so no chance to get a jump, but there is a 1 chance at a pickoff, and he didn't find it. So here's Wes Parker. 5-6 is a blank. Go to Parker's card. 2-4, fly to right field, 1 away. And that's going to send us to Bill Sadakis. Another switch hitter. Nothing on the strat. Culver, 3-6 strikeout chance, 12. Gets him. No, he doesn't get him. It's a 13 minus the 2 is an 11. So Crosley Field costs Culver that strikeout. Sadakis will get the swing. 6-2, star 1, ground ball to first. Could be a double play. So the double play rating of Sadakis is a 3. They were halfway, makes him a 4. The pivot is a shortstop Woodward, who's a +1, makes it a 5. So anything other than a 6, and we got a double play. And we do a 3-6-3 double play. So the better than the strikeout is the 3-6-3 double play that ends the inning. Keeps the score at 4-2, but the Reds are running out of innings. As Bill Singer back out, we'll be facing the Macho Man, Ted Savage, followed by Woodward and Tolan. 4-5, and that is the ballpark card going to Crosley Field. 3-4, and that's another rare play. Right, another rare play again, so we go back to the rare play book, this time with the bases empty and nobody out. Bases empty and nobody out, 2d6 roll, add them up, get a 4. So on a 4, with the rare play bases empty and nobody out, batter strikes out swinging on a sharp breaking ball. Roll 1 die against the catcher's pass ball rating. If die is higher, batter reaches first base as the pitch gets away on a pass ball. All right, so the pass ball rating of the Dodger catcher Haller is a 3. If this die is higher than the 3, it'll be a pass ball, it'll be a strikeout pass ball, and Savage will reach first base. If it's a 3 or less, then he traps it, keeps from getting past him, and tags Savage for the strikeout. It's a 6, so it's a strikeout pass ball. I believe it, or they count it as a wild pitch. Let's see. Yeah, it gets away for a pass ball. So it's a strikeout plus pass ball. It's a very unusual scoring there. Strikeout plus pass ball. Savage does reach on that. So he's on first, got an attempt of 1, and nothing happening. So Savage is still going to stay put. Here's Woody Woodward. 5-3, and that's an automatic out. See what the automatic out is. It's a 2. It's a fly to center. So Woodward is out, 1 down, and here comes Bobby Tolan for his first at bat. Coming in on the double switch in batting 9th. Check for pickoff. Nothing happening. Singer, 3-6, that's an automatic out on Tolan. And it's going to be a ground ball to second, could be a double play. He's a 2, minus the 1, there's a 1. They're halfway, makes him a 2. The pivot is a shortstop, Sizemore, he's a 0. So 1-2, it's a double play. 4 is not going to happen. Savage runs at a 4, but being with the infield halfway, you drop his base run rating by 1, so that 4 beats it, which means it's going to be a fielder's choice. New runner at first is Tolan. He does have an attempt of 4. Minus the 1 is a 3. Nothing happening, so Tolan can't go anywhere. Here's Pete Rose with 2 down and Tolan at first. Singer, 5-6 strikeout chance, and Pete will strike out. He's a 7, minus 2 for a 5. That is a 5. So a rare strikeout for Pete Rose, but he's gone. And we will go to the 7th inning. Still 4-2, favor the Dodgers. Culver back out. We'll be facing Haller, Singer, and Sizemore. Now Singer has faced 28 batters. He can face 31, but I think they're going to leave him in there. Culver to Haller, 4-6. He's not tired, so it will not be a single. 4-6 again, ground ball to first. 1 down. Culver can face 7 batters. He has now faced 4. So he's good for this inning most likely. Now here's the pitcher, Bill Singer. 4-3, that's a blank. We go to Singer's card. 1-3, ground ball to first. 2 consecutive ground balls to first. Lee May takes them both. 2 down for Sizemore. 6-2, and that's a strikeout chance. 19, way too high for that. Sizemore gets the swing, and he grounds to second to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Still 4-2. 7th inning stretch time here at Crosley Field. Bill Singer will be on. He can face 31 batters. He has faced a total of 28. So he's still got 3 more to go before he gets tired. So they'd like to get him through this 7th inning if they can. Tommy Helms, 0 for 3. 3-1, home run question mark. 1-17, but that's a 20. Plus Helms only had a 1 anyway, so most likely would not have been a homer. Helms, 1-6. He does single to center field though. So Tommy Helms, leadoff single. His attempt is a 2 minus the 1 is a 1. That's nothing happening. But now that brings up Lee May. It's where the Reds need to make hay. Got the heart of their order coming up. 5-5 strikeout chance. 6. That's not a good way to do it by striking out. Lee May is gone, but here's Tony Perez and his 37 homers. Nothing on the strategy roll. Singer, 2-1, hit by pitch. He's a 2, plus a 3 is a 5, but that's a 6, so no hit by a pitch. Perez gets to swing, 3-3, star 1, fly to left. 2 down. And now it's up to Johnny Bench. Nothing on the strategy roll. 5-1, strikeout chance, 15's too much. Bench gets to swing. 3-5, that's a star 1, fly to left. That's going to end the inning. That may be all for Singer. We'll have to wait and see. Now Culver is set to bat next here in the 8th, but they may decide to go to a lefty. I think they will. Culver's been kind of iffy. Plus Culver can face 7, he's faced 6, so he's about ready to get tired anyway. So they will make the move on Culver. There won't be a double switch. They're just going to have a pitcher come in and throw 1 inning. And that pitcher is going to be Al Jackson, I think. Yeah, it's going to be Al Jackson. So Al Jackson is on. Just all they want to do is have him pitch this inning. They just want Al Jackson to get him through the 8th inning against these left-handers. So Al Jackson is on, facing the lefty Willie Davis. And if he can get a star line, he's got a 1 through 19 against lefties on a star line. So he's got several star lines in these blocks against lefties. So he's very tough on lefties, even though his ERA is 6.87. 5-2, that's a range play. We're going to Willie Davis for a range play. 1-4, ground ball to second, and that's Helms. He's a 3. 1-3, Helms makes the play. And he does not. It's a base hit, Willie Davis. Well, you can't blame Jackson on that one. That was just a failed range play. All right, attempt is a 5, minus 1's a 4. Nothing going on. So Willie Crawford, the batter, infield halfway. Jackson, 6-5, range play at Crosley Field. 4-6, that's a single to left. Range of the left fielder. Savage is a 3. He's the new left fielder. His range is a 3. And he can't get it. So let's see. That was an original single to left, so it won't be stretched to a double. It'll just be a single. And that'll put runners at first and second. But again, that wasn't Al Jackson's fault. That's the failed range plays. He's had 2 failed range plays against him. And both of the range checks, the guys were a 3. So just some bad rolls there. All right, here is Gabrielson. There is no strat roll this time. 4-5, and that's a strikeout chance. 10, too much. So Gabrielson gets to swing. 4-1, he's going to fly to right. 1 down. The right fielder Rose has a 0 arm. Willie Davis runs at a 5, so anything other than a 6, and Willie Davis will make it to third base, and he does. So Willie Davis makes it to third on that fly out. So now runners are at the corners with 1 out. Willie Crawford is at first, so second base is now open. He has an attempt of 2, minus 1 is a 1. So he's got an attempt of 1, but nothing's happening. So here's Jim Lefevre, a switch hitter. Switch hitter Jim Lefevre. Infield is in, 5-4. 5-4 is a straight up single against the switch hitting right-hander. That's a straight up single, and that's a base hit. That will make it 5-2, and that may be all for Al Jackson because now we're getting to the switch hitters, and he doesn't do well against right-handed hitting. Probably should have took him out right there, but I didn't. Should have, didn't. Too late now. Let's see, S1 to get from first to third on the S1, you have to have a run rating of 4. And let's see, Willie Crawford runs at a 4, so he does make it to third base. So he does, in fact, make it to third base. Runners on the corners again, and Al Jackson will depart. So Al Jackson is gone, and they will turn to Clay Carroll. Clay Carroll now with a chance to see what he can do. Try not to allow any more runs for one thing. The infield's going to have to come in. He does have a -1. He's a 1, so there's no attempt there for Lefevre. Will roll for the strategy because of the potential pickoff on Carroll's card. But there's no 20, so, and Parker's not bunting, so swing away. Carroll, 1-4. That's a walk chance. 14, too high because that's a 14 minus the 1's a 13, so he does not walk. He will get to swing. 2-3. Ground ball to second could be a double play. Like I said, they were in. They were in. So let's see how they want to do that. The double play. Well, the runner on third is not forced. So the runner on third, let's see. Does he try to come in? Let me look at the board here about infield in. Let me just review something here. Infield in. Where's the infield in chart? It's got to be in here somewhere. Runners are on the corners. All right. Runners on the corners. First and third. Why am I not seeing something here? Supposed to take away 2 from the runner on third. Crawford would then be a 2. So he's going to hold, and they're going to try to turn the double play while the runner on third holds. He's a 2, nothing there. Since they were in, that makes it a 3. So I believe that's how it's played. 1 to 3 would be a double play. I'm just going by, hoping that's the right way to do that. Although the pivot at short is +1, makes them a 4. So 1 to 4 for a double play. And they get it, double play. So that's going to go 4-6-3. And while Crawford wasn't sure, they turned the double play to end the inning. So Clay Carroll comes in, throws 1 pitch and gets 2 outs, but the run did score to make it a 5-2 game. And now we'll take a look at Singer to see what he wants to do, or what the Dodgers want to do with Singer. He's gone 7 innings. He can face 31 batters. He is now fatigued. So let's see what they want to do with this. They may look at their bullpen. Looks like they're going to go to their bullpen. And let's see, Savage, Woodward is a righty. So I think they're going to go to Pete Mickelson, right-hander, will be coming in. Pete Mickelson, and Singer's day is done. Singer's day is complete. In fact, we will have a double switch. There will be a double switch as Lefevre will be removed. Maury Wills will come in and play short, and Ted Sizemore will move over to second base from short. So Sizemore will go to second, where he's a 3, 6, and a 0. Lefevre is now out of the game, and Pete Mickelson, the pitcher, will now bat in the 5th position. And Maury Wills, the shortstop, will now bat 9th. And that spot comes up 3rd in the 9th inning. He is now going to be the shortstop. He is a 4, 9, and a -1. Okay. So we get those logistical things out of the way. Pete Mickelson is on for Singer, who went 7. And now Mickelson will be looking to possibly finish the deal. First man up is actually the pitcher spot, Clay Carroll's spot, because they double switched previously. So Clay Carroll will be coming out for a pinch hitter. It is the pitcher spot because the pitcher is now hitting 6th. And it'll be Chico Ruiz. So Chico Ruiz is your pinch hitter to lead off the 8th, followed by Woodward and Tolan. I'm sorry, Savage and Woodward would be next. My bad. So Mickelson to switch hitter Ruiz. 5-2. That's a home run question mark. Ruiz is a switch hitter batting left. 0. Not a chance. Plus Ruiz has no home run power. But he gets the swing for 3. Star 6. He's going to fly to center. And there's one away. Starting to get a little darker, but I think it's light enough to be able to see. Let me double check and see if we need the lamp yet. I think we're okay to finish this game out before it gets too much darker. All right, so Savage, the Macho Man, needs to do something here for the Reds. 1-1 range play. 2-5, fly to center, so the range of the center fielder, in this case that is Willie Davis, he is a 3. Needs to be a 3 or less to make the play. And he gets it, no problem. So Willie Davis puts it away for 2 down for Woody Woodward. 4-6. Woodward, a right-hander, is a strikeout plus, and he got him. So Pete Mickelson, excellent outing there. Perfect 8th inning, allowing nothing. And we go to the top of the 9th. We will need a new pitcher for the Reds as Clay Carroll's outing is done. He only faced 1 batter, got a double play out of it. And now they're going to go ahead and go to Wayne Granger, might as well. At this point, no sense holding him back. So Wayne Granger is on. Placing Sudakis. 6-5. That's a walk chance, and he will draw the leadoff walk. Sudakis, attempt of 1, but that's a -1 on Granger, so nothing's happening. We'll roll for the strat. Nothing going on. Not going to do a hit and run with Howler, I don't think. So Granger, 2-6. Howler's a lefty, so that's going to be a blank. Go to Howler's card. 5-2. He grounds back to the pitcher, Granger. So you get an extra boost on the double play. You actually get a extra +1 on when it's back to the pitcher. So he's a 2. They're halfway, makes him a 3. Back to the pitcher makes it a 4. He's a left-handed batter, so the pivot is a shortstop. Woodward makes it a 5. So 1-5, it's a double play. And they turn it 1-6-3. 1-6-3 double play, 2 quick outs, and here's Maury Wills who came in on that double switch. His first at bat. And we got a 4-3. That's a ball. Ball 1 to Maury Wills. 6-4. Wills switch hitter batting left. That's a blank. So we go to Wills' card to finish the at bat. 5-3, and he's going to single. So Maury Wills gets a 2-out single. He's got an attempt of 6. -1 from Granger is a 5. Not going to happen. I don't think you hit and run with 2 outs. So they're just going to go ahead and let Sizemore swing away. 3-4, and that's an automatic out right there. Versus a righty, so it's an automatic out. And the automatic out is a ground ball to third to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Reds, as they now trail it 5-2. 5-2 ball game. It'll be Tolan, Rose, and Helms due up. Mickelson pitched so well, they're going to keep him out there, although Jim Brewer, their closer, is loosening in the bullpen. And if Mickelson gets any sort of trouble, you will be seeing Jim Brewer. Right now, here's Tolan. 6-3, it's a hit by pitch chance. He's a 16 plus a 10, so even with a 20, that's going to be a hit by pitch. So Tolan leads off with a hit by pitch. Down by 3, we're not going to be stealing. There's no strat rolls going on, I don't believe. So here is Pete Rose. 1-4, and that is the star line, so it is an automatic out. Let's see what the out is. It's going to be a ground ball to short, could be a double play. He's a 2, they're halfway, makes him a 3, but that's a -1, so that makes it a 2. The pivot is the second baseman, who's now at second, Sizemore. He's still a 0. 1-2 for a double play. Can't do it, it's a 5, but Tolan they will get the force on Tolan because Tolan runs at a 5, but being held by the infield playing halfway drops him to a 4. So that white die, that 5 on the white die beats the chance there. So it's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice. Pete Rose now the runner at first with 1 down for Tommy Helms. Do they pinch hit for Tommy Helms? See if they got anybody with a little more oomph off the bench. They do. They have Alex Johnson. So we're going to see Alex Johnson pinch hitting for Tommy Helms. And if they are fortunate enough to send it to extra innings, they'll worry about the defense later. Right now they're going with a better hitter, a .315 hitter with a little more power. Mickelson to Alex Johnson. 6-3, another hit by the pitch. He's an 11 plus the 1 he hits him again. That's 2 hit by pitches. And now the Reds are starting to wonder what's going on, and the Dodgers are too, because now the tying run has come to the plate in Lee May. And what do you do here? You got a bunch of righties coming up. You'd hate to bring your left-handed closer against these righties, but I think you kind of have to because Mickelson has now hit 2 in a row right off the bat. You can't have him going around hitting guys. Let's see, 5-2. Yeah, Lee May is the tying run. So I think they're going to go to Brewer. They're going to go to Brewer. Mickelson can face 7. He's faced 6. This would be a 7th batter, so... Oops, why am I moving Lee May? He doesn't go anywhere. The closer, Jim Brewer, is going to come on. He's a closer for a reason, whether lefties or righties to face. I'm sure he faced a bunch of righties when he was closing, so they're not going to worry about removing a right-hander or bringing a left-hander to face a right-hander because Jim Brewer is the superior pitcher. So Brewer, when his 20 saves, will be on. And runners at first and second. So strategy rolls are back into play now because the tying run is at the plate. So we'll roll for potential balk or pickoff. And nothing's happening. So Lee May, let's see, Pete Rose had an attempt of only 1, so he could not steal third. Obviously, don't want him to do that anyway. So Brewer, with the infield halfway, looking to see if we can get that double play to end the ball game. 4-6, that's a walk plus. So they're going to load the bases. 2 hit by pitches and now a walk. Have loaded the bases. And the Reds, clinging to their playoff lives, are struggling with everything they have to try to stay in this game. Brewer now, strategy roll once again. Nothing happening. Tying runs are on base. The winning run, Tony Perez, is standing at the plate. Brewer. 1-4, strikeout chance, 17, too much. Perez gets the swing. 3-1, and against a left-hander, that's a single pass short. Got the split roll here. That's a single pass short. So we know Pete Rose is going to score. Let's see if Alex Johnson, the runner at second, see if he can. He's got a base run rating of 4. To score from second on an S6, you need a 3. So Alex Johnson will score also. That'll put the 2 in rather, cuts the lead to 5-4. Now the runner Lee May has to stop at second base. But now it's a 5-4 game, still only 1 out. And Johnny benched the batter. So now Reds and the Crosley Field fans on their feet. Brewer, nothing happened on the strat roll. 1-3 is a walk chance. That's a 9. He's walks at a 13, so that 9 fits. It's going to load the bases. And the Dodger bullpen just imploding big time. Their 2 best relievers have just been imploded. Now it's the pitcher spot. Chico Ruiz pinch hit last time, so we need another pinch hitter for the pitcher. For the pitcher Granger, he has to leave, and the new pitcher or pinch hitter rather, is on. Let's see who they have left. They don't have much left on the bench. That's their downfall. They have Pat Corrales. I guess the best average guy they have is Pat Corrales, the backup catcher. He is 264, and he is a righty. They also have Jim Beecham, who's a 250 hitter. Which way do you go with this? I guess you go with the 264 hitter over the... And plus he has 72 at-bats, where Beecham only has 60, so not that matters. But we're going to go with Corrales. So Pat Corrales going to pinch hit with the bases. Now, wait a minute. Let's see. He's got a double play rating of 3 where Beecham is a 0. You know what? 86 that. We're going with Beecham because we want to minimize the double play possibilities. So they're actually going to go, they're not going to use Corrales. They're going to use Beecham. So Beecham is the pinch hitter with the bases loaded and 1 out. Score sheet is very messy right now. All right, so Beecham is on. Brewer, let's see, bases loaded, 1 out. Tying run is at third. The winning run's at second. They're going to play in. I think they're going to have to play in. Roll the strategy roll. Nothing happening, but the infield's going to have to come in for the Dodgers. 5-1, and that's would have been a straight up home run chance versus a lefty, but it's blank versus a righty. Beecham gets to swing. 3-6, he grounds it to short. So a ground ball to short, and let's see here, on a ground ball to short with the bases loaded and the infield in, I believe, let's see how they want to play this. Run rating of the runner at third is Lee May. He's a 3, but that drops to a 1. So this is the part I'm not, one of the parts of the games I'm not really sure of. Let's see, with the infield in, it says, all right, let's see here. Double play ground ball. No, let's see here. Boy, this is the one part of the game that kind of gets me here when I don't know all the exact rules. It's where I need RJL or somebody to refresh my memory on these things. Infield in. Let's see, ground outs. All right, so loaded, it says bases loaded. All right, here we go. Try for runner going home or an automatic. If 1d6 is higher than ABR, then he's out. Otherwise, he's safe. So with the runner, Alex Johnson being Lee May being a 3, infield in drops his base run rating to a 1. So as long as this is higher than a 1, they will get the force at the plate. They do not. He's safe at the plate. They tried, it's a fielder's choice. They tried to get Lee May at the plate, but they rolled a 1. So it's not greater than. So he's going to be safe at the plate. That ties the score. And I hope I'm doing this right. I'm not sure 100%. I'm trying to go by the rules as best I can on these charts. Like I said, sometimes the base running in these types of situations when I'm not used to it can be a little frisky. Hoping I did that correctly for the Dodgers' sake anyway. But that's going to tie the game. 3 runs are in. We are tied at 5. And the Macho Man, Ted Savage, steps to the plate. Still only 1 out, bases loaded. Of course, the infield's going to have to come in again. Brewer does need a strikeout in the worst way. 1-5. He gets a strikeout chance. He does get a strikeout. That's the 2nd out of the inning. So now the infield can go back to normal for the at-bat from Woody Woodward. Bases loaded, but now there are 2 outs. Brewer 5-2. Strikeout plus against a right-hander. He struck him out. And the inning is over, but 3 runs come in to tie the score. And like I said, I hope I did that correctly. I'm not 100% sure, to be quite honest with you. That's the one knock on this game, is that on these, at least on these little charts here, I don't see anything on this chart about infield in. I'm sure it's there. I'm probably just missing it. I see all kinds of situations about double play depth and playing halfway and all that, but as far as infield in, I'm not really seeing anything on here. Gives you a range check if the infield's in, but for straight infield in, I can only go by what it says here. And what I was going by here, it says runner on third, but it also says for it to be loaded. It says defense can choose to opt for the automatic out at first or try for the double play. Well, they had to go home because it was a force play to end the game. So, or they would have tied the score, I should say. So I roll 1d6 higher than the ABR. He's out, otherwise he's safe. His ABR was a 1. I rolled a 1, so it wasn't greater than, so he's safe. So that's kind of my logic there. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. I'm sure I'll get comments saying I screwed that play up, but I can't help it. So now we are going to extra innings. It was not my intention to go extra innings. I thought the Dodgers had this one in hand, but Reds had other ideas. But now the Reds are in trouble because they don't have much left in their bullpen. And let's see. They're going to go to Jerry Arrigo, a lefty, because they got lefties coming up for the Dodgers. So Jerry Arrigo is going to come in. Jerry Arrigo. He is the new pitcher for the Reds to start the 10th inning. Jerry Arrigo. He is pitcher number 6 for Cincinnati. And now for the Dodgers, it'll be Gabrielson. No, check that. It will be Gabrielson. I got him out of place here somehow. Crawford, Davis, and Lefevre. Okay, Lefevre is no longer in the game. That's what got me screwed up there. It will be Crawford. It'll be Davis, Crawford, and Gabrielson, 3 left-handed hitters coming up for the Dodgers. Of course, they do have Manny Mota that they could always pinch hit if they wanted to for one of these left-handers, and I might do that for Gabrielson. We'll see. See how the game dictates it. And it's getting darker now. I thought I was going to finish before it got too dark, but I think I really do need the lamp at this point. So we'll switch to the lamp light, and I think that will hopefully brighten the situation. I know it brightens my situation. I can see things a lot better now. When I record these things, it's usually right around the 4:30 time frame, but when the game goes about an hour, we get close to 5:30. It means we're starting to get dark. All right, so Arrigo to Willie Davis. Top of the 10th, tied at 5. 4-1, strikeout chance, 12 is too high. Willie Davis gets a chance. 3-6, he's going to ground to short. 1 down. And that's going to bring up Willie Crawford. Go from one Willie to another. 5-2, that's a range play at Crosley Field. 3-5, 3-5 is a fly to left, so the range of the left fielder, Ted Savage, is a 3. And he can't get to it. Is it a single or a double? It's going to be held to a single for Willie Crawford. Now his attempt is a 2, see if he can get a jump. He cannot. And that brings up Gabrielson, but Gabrielson's going to be called back, and they're going to bring in Manny Mota. Pinch hit, and Manny Mota will stay in the game to play left field as well. So Manny Mota is on. He's pinch hitting in the 10th, and he's also going to stay in to play left field, where he's actually a tiny bit lower error rating and a better arm. So a little bit better defensive player as well. But they're getting him for his offense because he's a 321 hitter. All right, nothing, no strat roll. Oh, we already did the strat roll. He can get the jump. So Arrigo to Mota, 3-1. Would have been a walk plus versus that left-hander, but we switched it to a right-hander, which means it's now a blank. So Mota, 3-6. That's a single to right field. That's why you bring in Mota. Single to right, go from first to third. You add 2 to the base running rating. Willie Crawford runs it a 4. You add 2, makes him a 6. Pete Rose is a 0, so he will automatically take third base. Runners are on the corners with 1 out. Manny Mota has an attempt of 2, but nothing's happening. And here's a switch hitter, Wes Parker. Infield is at double play depth for the Reds. They're going to try to turn 2 if they can. Actually, Wes Parker is not the batter. We're at the pitcher spot thanks to the double switch back here. So we need a pinch hitter for Brewer. So let's get a pinch hitter for Brewer off of the bench for the Dodgers. And let's see who they have left. They're going to go to Andy Costco. Andy Costco is the pinch hitter. And then we'll need a new pitcher in the bottom half of the inning for the Dodgers. But Andy Costco will pinch hit. And let's see, he's got a 3 double play rating. So they're going to try to turn the double play the traditional way, 6-4-3. They're going to play halfway to try to turn 2. 1-6, walk chance, he walked him. So that's going to load the bases. And now that puts all kinds of strain on Arrigo. Wes Parker, the batter. Infield now is going to have to come in, I believe. They're not going to have take any chances. Gonna have to come in. Arrigo needs a strikeout. 3-5 is a possible wild pitch, and it will be a wild pitch. He uncorked it. Wild pitch is going to bring home the go-ahead run for the Dodgers on the wild pitch. Moves runners to second and third. Infield is going to have to stay in. Actually, well, they're not going to walk Parker intentionally because the way they're walking guys, you can walk a run in. So let's see how they want to play this. Actually, you know what? They will walk Parker. They're going to intentionally walk Wes Parker to again set up a double play against Sudakis, who's a 3. Arrigo, 1-3 is a range play, so they are halfway. It makes them -1 for the infielders. 2-2, it's a ground ball to first. May is a 4, becomes a 3 if he can get to this. And he does get to it. Now the question is it going to be a double play? He's a 3, they're halfway, makes it a 4. The pivot at short is a +1, makes it a 5. Anything other than a 6, it's a double play. And it's a 6, wouldn't you know it? Boy, it's just the way it's been going. They thought they had a sure thing double play, and it does not work. It turns into a fielder's choice. He's out 3-6, but the run scores to make it 7-5. And then Costco goes to third base. But anything other than 6, the inning would have been over. And had they played the infield in, he would have lost 2 on his range, and that 3 would have been a base hit. So it was really a no-win situation there. They got the 1 out at least. And now here's Haller. Let's see, 7-5. So Dacus does have an attempt of 1, so I guess we'll roll for that. And he does have a 1. Does he want to steal, though? I don't think so. It's a -2 there and a -3 from bench. That's a -5. Would turn a stolen base to a 7, so I don't think he's going to try to steal. Arrigo to Haller, 3-6. That's an automatic out. So they get the automatic out to end the inning, but damage done. And that's a ground ball to second. But 2 runs come in for the Dodgers here in the top of the 10th. They lead it now 7-5. And Arrigo looking to take the loss now, unless the Reds can somehow manage to rally again. We'll see how they decide to handle this. Tolan will be the leadoff man for the Reds. Now the Dodgers need a new pitcher because they used a pinch hitter, Moda, who stays in the game to play left field. And now they need a new pitcher. They've used Mickelson and they've used Brewer. So it's who else do they have that has some saves? Let's see here. They could go to looks like they go to Joe Moeller. Joe Moeller does have a save. So Joe Moeller is in to see if he can't close the deal this time. And he's going to be facing Bobby Tolan to lead off the bottom of the 10th. Dodgers lead it 7-5, trying to put the Reds away. 6-3 is a blank. We go to Tolan's card. 1-4. Star 6 is a fly to left. 1 away. Takes us to Pete Rose. 2-1 blank. We go to Rose. 4-6. He's going to single, so don't count the Reds out yet. Single for Pete Rose. He's not going to try to steal because they're down by 2. His run really doesn't mean anything. We'll roll the strategy, make sure there's no pickoff, though. There is none. Here's Alex Johnson. He came in. Actually, you know what? He shouldn't be. There should be a second baseman. I forgot to put a second baseman in for the Reds. How did I forget that? Because I didn't think they were going to the top of the 10th. That's probably why. So it's not going to be Alex Johnson. It's got to be a second baseman. So let's see who they've got to play second. They've already used Ruiz as a pinch hitter. Don't tell me they don't have a second baseman left. They do have Darryl Chaney who can play short. Would that move? Let's see if Woodward can play second. Savage can play second if nobody else can. So can Woodward. See how they want to play. They can put Savage at second base. So Savage will be moved over from left field to second base now, and he's a 1-0-0. So he's now a second baseman. So they need, and that way Johnson can stay in the game to play left field. That's probably the best way to do it. 3, 17, and a 0. So that's the way we're going to play it. Just my bad for not catching that. So it is still going to be Alex Johnson swinging away. All right, runner at first. Let's check the strat roll. Nothing happening. Here's Alex Johnson. 1-1 blank. We go to Johnson's card. 4-6 star 1 could be a double play. He's a 2. He adds 2, makes it a 4, plus they're halfway, makes it a 5. Anything other than a 6 and the game is over. And it's over. Double play. All she wrote. And a wild one that I'm sure I messed the rules up on those infield in plays. The Dodgers blew the lead but come back to win the game anyway, which is probably poetic because they deserve to win. You would think, just by the way they played. So the Dodgers get the win, and that's going to put them within a game and a half of the Giants, pending what goes on in the next game. And of course, we're doing the ticker for the rest of the games here, plus the one game on the 25th is also going to be a ticker, and that's for the Reds. But right now, we're doing the ticker for the rest of the 24th. And then the only game I didn't have, and I don't know why it's not listed here on the ticker, it should be, is Cincinnati and Houston, where Cincinnati and Houston play. It's Houston at Cincinnati, what I should say. So I've got them here twice for a doubleheader, but they really should be up here as well for the 25th. This is actually the 9/25 game. The only game played on 9/25. It's right here. So Houston 2 through 6. Oops, 2 through 6 on 11. What's this messy? I realized that. Sorry about that. Should have been better prepared. All right, so we'll play that one last. We'll get down to the rest of the games first and see how they do. First game is San Francisco and San Diego. If San Diego can somehow upset San Francisco. And I've got a misprint here as well. This should be a 3 through 8 up here. I don't know why they have that one. But it's a 3 through 8 when a B team plays an F team. So it should be a 3 through 8. Actually, that doesn't even look right because if an A team is playing a C team at 3 through 8, the B team playing an F team should be more than that, you would think. I'm going to have to look at my chart here and make sure. I think I've got something misprinted there. I don't think that's right. So let me double check. Let me double check this. See if I can find it. I don't know if I have it in front of me now. That's the problem. I may have to wait and do the ticker on that game for later because I don't think I have this thing in front of me anymore. Because I had everything already printed out. You know what? I'm just gonna play it as is. 3 to 8. I'm just gonna play it like it is. I did the shuffle. Now let's cut them. It's late. I need to get going, so we're just gonna play it as is. All right, 3 through 8 for San Francisco to get the win. It's an 8. They get the win anyway, so all that bugaboo, they get the win. I forgot to write in Dodgers 7-5 over Cincinnati. So San Fran wins. LA wins, so they stay 2 games back. The Reds now fall 3.5 back of the Giants. So that's problematic for them. They're now 85 and 70. But they do have that extra game on the 25th, so we'll wait and see before I start filling them in. All right, next game, Atlanta and Houston, 3 through 8 for Atlanta. They get a win, 3-2. So Atlanta gets the win. Montreal and Chicago, 2 through 7. That doesn't even look right. 2 through 7 to get a win. An F-rated team over Chicago. That just doesn't look right. Something's not looking right for this. Should be 2 through 5, not 2 through 7. When an F team plays an A team, it's 2 through 5, according to other results I'm looking at. So Montreal needs a 2 through 5. I don't know why. And actually, up here it's 2 through 4 or 11. So that's what it should be. So it's 2 through 4 or an 11. So 2, 3, 4, or 11 Well, I got to redo this one. This is really messed up. All right, so 2 through 4 or an 11 for Montreal to win. It's an 8, so the Cubs win it 9-5. All right, so the Mets, Cardinals, 2 through 6 or an 11. The Cardinals win. Anything else, the Mets win. It's a 9, so the Mets win it and stay 2 games back. They win it 7-3, so they keep within 2 games of the Cubs and keep their slim playoff hopes alive. All right, now, that was the games of the 24th. Now the one game on the 25th, Houston and Cincinnati. There are other games on the 25th, but none of those are with contenders. This is the only one with a contender. 2 through 6 on 11 for Houston. That's a 7, so the Reds win it 6-4. So the Reds actually split, and they will stay. Let's see here. They will drop to 3 games back instead of 3.5. So let's see if I can get this in here. Reds are now 86-70, and they now have 6 games remaining. Giants and Dodgers have 6 games remaining. Dodgers 87-69, Giants 89-67. Probably need to do this on notebook paper like RJL does and just do tick marks for wins and losses instead of actually trying to do the numbers, because it's very, very messy to do that. And let's see, did Atlanta play? Atlanta, yeah, they beat Houston, so they got a win. They're 85-72. They stay 4.5 back, but they're running out of games as they only have 5 games left on their schedule. And Cubs and the Mets both have 5 games left. Mets are now 92-65. Cubs are 94-63. Very messy, I understand. All right. So very, very messy, but there's the updated standings. I'll try to decipher them for you real quick. Cubs and Mets both win, so the Cubs are 94-63, Mets are 92-65. It's a 2-game difference. There are 5 games remaining because they played 157 games apiece, so they got 5 games left. Giants and Dodgers both win, so the Dodgers stay 2 games back, 89-67 versus 87-69. They both have 6 games left. The Reds split a doubleheader, go to 86-70, which is now 3 games back, and they have 6 games remaining because they played 156 games as well. And then the Braves win, go to 85-72. They're 4.5 back because they have 5 games left. They played 157. So they're 5 games back in the loss column, though, with 5 games left. So basically, Braves have to win out to have any kind of chance at all. So I'm most likely going to be removing the Braves here very, very shortly because it looks like to me they're too far out. And based on the schedule that we have there or the standings that we have there, it makes sense that the next game is going to be San Francisco and Los Angeles. I know we're getting a lot of the Dodgers, but I mean, they're in the mix. So first place versus second place right here, San Francisco and LA. Again, the Cubs are playing Pittsburgh. The Mets are playing the Phillies. So I mean, I will play the Cubs in Pittsburgh the next game after that, but do you really want to see the Mets and Phillies? You really want to have contending teams in here. So Giants, Gaylord Perry against Don Sutton, and that's the game I have picked for the next game on September the 26th. As we've jumped from the 24th to the 26th, that one game on the 25th was all we did. And like I said, time is running away. Most teams with either 5 or 6 games remaining in the season. And I'm gonna redo this ticker and double check my numbers and make sure my numbers are correct. I was probably copying and pasting. I may have copied and pasted something incorrect. I'm not sure. But either way, the Dodgers win that one, and they set up a showdown with the Giants on September the 26th. It'll be Gaylord Perry against Don Sutton. And if the Dodgers can win that game head-to-head, they will pull within 1 game of first place. But if they lose, they'll drop 3 games back and may very well find themselves out of contention all the way. So even though these games are showing as the next games on the schedule, these are subject to change based on what happens here, especially this one here on the 30th. Atlanta, Cincinnati. If Atlanta falls out and Cincinnati starts to fade, I'll pick something else. I'll pick somebody else's game here to show. So, and the 29th, again, on the 29th, there are no contenders that are playing. So I have to look at the schedule. I think it's completely an off day for a lot of teams, or rain out day or whatever. So that's why there's nothing there on the 29th. The October 1st and 2nd games are already picked with the Mets and Cubs, just hoping that the Mets and Cubs stay within 2 games of each other to make those games relevant. So the next game on the schedule is the Dodgers and the Giants. They will be up, and like I said, it's kind of nip and tuck, and Dodgers have to get it done, or the Giants going to coast to victory in the NL West. We shall see. So, apologize for the confusion there on the infield in checks. I'm not sure if I did those correctly or not. If I did do it correctly, it means the Reds got an extra run they shouldn't have gotten. But I guess the dice of justice says, okay, that's fine. We'll make it go extra innings, but we're going to give the Dodgers the win anyway, let them win it anyway. So the Dodgers won the game. It didn't cost the Dodgers the game. That was the important part. I'm not keeping stats. But I will be looking at the rule book closely now for the next game to see how I handle those infield in situations. I probably need to have the rule book in front of me when I'm playing, and I didn't. That was my mistake, but that will be corrected for the next game. So hope you enjoyed that. Also, we'll be smattering in some Washington National games in between these as well. And then I've got to make a decision. Do I play an NLCS when this is done, or do I just call it a 69 project once the regular season is over? I have to figure all that stuff out. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.